Good evening, everyone. Hello, good evening to you. Shout out to you. Good evening, 6 million viewers. Welcome to my live. Hello, 14 million viewers. Good evening, guys. Live from Yuki here. How was your day, your evening, your afternoon, wherever you're from? It is 9 o'clock here in England. 5 minutes to 10. This is just a quick live. Just to say hello to everyone. I was gone for 2 days and I miss all my friends here. Hello, Joaquin Palma. Shout out to you. Welcome to my life. Hello, Mabel. Akinaga. Hello. Shout out to you. Where are you from, Mabel? Where are you chatting from? Espanol. Oh, Kumusta, amiga? Is that right? Hi, William. How are you? Shout out to you. Welcome to my live. Oh, very nice. From Russia. Beautiful country, beautiful people. Uh, Hola, Mabel. Good evening to you. Misa Ludas. Hi, William. Where are you chatting from? It's very cold here in UK. It was raining yesterday and no snowing, and it's very cold. Very, very cold. Hello to my 3 million viewers. Thank you for coming to my live. Is that better? Hello, guys. You can ask me any question you want. It's 10 o'clock in the evening here. I'm watching this Celebrity Jungle. One of the famous. Oh no, it's done. It's finished. Let's have a look to what I could interesting to find something interesting in YouTube.
Boy returns from death with a terrifying message from heaven. In a quiet Nebraska town, the Burpo family's life was turned upside down when their young son, Colton, nearly lost his life during a medical emergency. What happened next was nothing short of a miracle. As Colton awoke, he began recounting vivid details of an incredible journey beyond the grave. He spoke of heavenly visions, encounters with angels, and even meeting Jesus himself. But it wasn't just a peaceful glimpse of paradise. Colton returned with a message that left his family and everyone who heard it stunned. A message far more unsettling than they ever could have imagined. This is the story.
Very interesting. I'm watching this boy returns from death with a terrifying message from heaven.
Life, death, and what might lie beyond. It was a typical spring day in 2003 in Imperial, Nebraska, a small, close-knit town where everyone knew each other. The Burpo family, made up of
Hi
Tom,
Donald
Sophie,
from
their young
London.
son Colton, and his
Hello.
sister Cassie, were like many families
Shout
in
out
the
to
area.
you and
They
thank you
lived
for
a
coming to
modest
my
life,
life.
rooted in faith and community.
How's the weather
Todd
in
was a
London?
pastor at the local church and also worked several other jobs to make ends meet. He was a volunteer firefighter, a coach, and a handyman. Despite the demanding schedule, Todd was a devoted father and husband. Sonia, a schoolteacher, was equally busy, balancing her
Hmm.
career with caring for the children. For the Burpos,
It's
life was
cold.
hectic, but filled with love and a strong sense of
It
purpose.
was snowing the
Colton,
other
at
day
just
here,
4 years old,
the
was a
other
lively,
night.
energetic
So
child. He was curious and playful, always asking questions about everything he encountered. His blonde hair and wide smile made him instantly endearing to everyone he met. He loved spending time with his family, especially tagging along with his father. Todd often brought Colton with him on errands around town, and they had a close bond. It was clear that Colton admired his father, often imitating him and wanting to be just like him. Life was
with
busy, even for
umbrella.
the Burpo family, until a seemingly minor illness began to change everything.
What for? The snow or for
In
rain?
January of that year, Colton came down with a stomach virus that didn't seem unusual at first. He had been sick with a fever and some stomach pain, which Todd and Sonia assumed was just the flu. But as the days went by, Colton didn't get better. His symptoms worsened, and he began to cry out in pain, clutching his stomach. Sonia became increasingly worried, noticing that his cries were different.
I
They
never
were
seen
cries
people
of
using
genuine,
a umbrella
excruciating pain.
for snow.
It was unlike anything she had ever heard from her normally tough little boy. Todd and Sonia decided to take Colton to the local family doctor, who examined him but couldn't find
Hello,
anything significantly
4
wrong.
million
The
viewers.
doctor
Welcome to
thought
my
it was
live
just a
and thank
severe
you
case of the stomach flu and
for
advised them to
coming
keep
to my
Colton
live.
hydrated and let it run its course. Todd, trying to keep
Oh,
his
okay.
family calm, reassured Sonia that everything would be fine, but he couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong.
Energy supplies don't want you to know about this trick to warm up houses for practically zero cost. This space heater is being called the
You
Tesla of
should wear
heating
a
systems.
hood,
It will freeze the whole room from
you
70
probably
degrees to
know,
20 degrees in minutes
or
without
any
installation.
thick
And it's
jacket
spaced at
with
60 meters.
something like
This
that.
powerful heater was created by Mike Saunders and Robert Jones, two ex-engineers from one of the biggest technology companies in the world. They wanted to provide an effective, safe, and affordable way to heat homes
Hi,
without
5
consuming
million
electricity. So
viewers.
after years of research and testing, they created a unique and
It
powerful
is
heater.
10 o'clock
This
in the
proven
evening
alternative
here in
that designed
UK,
using
and
seconds for
Donald
practically
knew.
zero cost. The idea behind this heater is brilliant. The secret is the innovative ceramic heating technology that allows it to blow hot air faster than any other heating system and spread it throughout the room. It's faster, safer, and uses less energy than non-ceramic heaters, making it extremely energy efficient. The heater is very easy to use and works right out of the box.
I'm in
Simply
Lincolnshire.
plug it into any electrical outlet in your home, adjust the temperature, and the device will warm up your room in minutes. Unlike other heaters,
It's
it
not
doesn't
really
use
far from
external fuses
London.
and it has no exposed heating elements, so it's completely safe
It's
around small
two
children
two
and pets.
hours
It
or
has an
two and a half
antimicrobial
hours
property that
drive.
blocks the growth of bacteria and mold. Experts say it's one of the most effective space heaters on the market. Both engineers
You
were
been?
surprised by how heater went viral,
You been
with over thousands
to
of five-star reviews from
Lincolnshire?
homeowners loving this device. If you want a fast and efficient way to warm up your house without paying for high electricity bills, this is the best space heater for you. Since launching this year, they have sold over 300,000 heaters all over the world. Heater's regular price is £99, but through this
It's
special
very
promo,
nice
you can
here.
get an exclusive 50% discount and order
I've been
heater
to
for less than
London
£50 by clicking the link below.
a few
Distance
months
concerns
ago.
from cheap knockoffs? This product is not available on Amazon or in stores.
I went
It's
to
available
Piccadilly.
exclusively through this online offer for a limited time. Plus, the founders are so confident in their product that you can return it within 30 days for a full refund if it doesn't work as expected. My advice? It's 2024. Ditch your expensive traditional heating systems and get this heater. Click the link below to go to the official website and order your heater with a 50% discount while supplies last.
Yeah, we should. we should all travel more, I think.
They better. Take video.
Hi, Honor Yildiz.
Over the next few days,
Good
Colton's
evening to
condition
you.
deteriorated
Good morning
rapidly. His pain became unbearable.
or good
He could barely
afternoon,
stand up
whichever
without
country
screaming.
you are from.
It was as if his small body was being ripped apart from the inside. Sonia called Todd at work in a panic one afternoon, her voice trembling with fear. Todd, something is wrong.
Hello, Honor.
This
How are
isn't
you?
normal. We need to take him back to the doctor, she said, holding back tears.
All
Todd,
right.
feeling a
It's
wave
same
of
here.
fear he hadn't known before, rushed home. They hurried back to the doctor, who this time could see that Colton's condition was critical. He advised them to take him to the hospital immediately. Todd and Sonia
How
drove as
many
fast as they could,
countries
their
you've
hearts
been?
pounding in their chests. Colton lay in the back seat, his face pale,
Not a
eyes
lot.
glazed
I've
over
been
with pain.
many,
It
but
was
just
the
a
longest drive
stopover.
of their lives,
That is all.
filled with silent prayers and a sense of dread they couldn't shake. When they arrived at the Great Plains Regional Medical Center, the emergency team took Colton in immediately.
Oh, that's
Tests
nice.
revealed that his appendix had burst, something that the family doctor had missed during the initial examination.
I bet you've been
A
to
ruptured
Spain, right?
appendix is a life-threatening emergency, especially for a small child. The toxins released
Or
into
maybe
his body
Turkey?
had already begun to spread, causing a severe infection.
Or maybe
The doctors
Poland?
told Todd and Sonia that Colton's situation was critical. They needed to operate right away to have any
Or
chance of saving him.
it could be Thailand.
Sonia burst into tears, overwhelmed by the suddenness of it all. One moment, they were dealing with what seemed like a routine stomach bug. The next,
Which one is
they were
right?
being told their son's life was hanging by a thread. Todd tried to stay strong for his wife and daughter, but inside, he felt like he was crumbling. He wanted to scream, to beg God to spare his child, but he held back, knowing he had to keep it together for his family. He kissed
Why you
Colton's
are
forehead
laughing?
before they wheeled him into surgery. "I love you, buddy," he whispered, his voice choked with emotion. Colton, barely conscious, managed a faint smile and said, "I love you too, Daddy." The surgery was intense and lasted much longer than expected.
None.
Todd
You
paced
already
the
said
waiting room,
yes.
unable to sit still. He tried to pray, but he couldn't find the words. Instead, he found himself silently pleading with God. Tears
Where?
streamed
In
down his
Thailand?
face as he thought of all the moments he might lose with his son. The games they hadn't played yet, the questions Colton hadn't asked him yet, the dreams they had for his future. He had never felt so helpless. Meanwhile, Colton was undergoing a fight for his life.
That's very nice.
His tiny body had already been weakened by the infection spreading through his abdomen. The surgical team worked frantically, trying to remove the toxins and stabilize him.
Yeah, but it's still another country, yeah? It's a state of UK, right?
It was a moment
So,
of sheer terror for the medical team, who fought desperately to keep him alive. As the surgery continued, something incredible happened. Colton, who appeared unconscious on the operating table, later described what he experienced during those critical moments. He claimed that he felt himself leave his body. It was as if he was suddenly
France,
placed
I
above
think,
the
is a
operating
very
table,
good country to
down at
visit.
the doctors working on him. He could see the frantic movements, the beads of sweat on the surgeon's forehead, and the intense focus on their faces.
I love
He watched,
France
detached yet
accent.
aware, as they struggled to save his life. At the same time, Colton said he could see his parents in the waiting room. He described his mother crying on the phone, speaking to family members, her voice
Of
filled
course,
with pain.
Canada is a
He
beautiful
saw his
country.
father
I
in
have
a
so
different
many
corner of
friends
the room,
there.
pacing back and forth,
And India, I think, is very interesting country to visit.
This whole time, this hasn't just been in my head this whole time. Like, this is real. Like, this has been happening. I was seen, like, really seen.
I would love to go to India to see Taj Mahal, you know. And of course, Indian food is nice, right?
And anguish, even though he was physically distant from him. It was an inexplicable experience for a child of 4 to describe with such clarity. When Colton awoke after the surgery, Todd and Sonia were relieved, though exhausted and still deeply worried. They sat by his side, holding his hands, whispering words of love and encouragement. But the relief was mixed with a lingering fear. The doctors couldn't guarantee that Colton was out of the woods. He had been through a life-threatening ordeal,
Yeah, it's
and the
true.
risk of complications was still high. In the days following the surgery, as Colton regained his strength, he began to share his experience with his parents. It started innocently enough. He simply mentioned that he had watched them during the surgery. Todd and Sonia exchanged puzzled looks, not sure what he meant. How could he have seen them in the waiting room when he was
Are you
under
working tomorrow?
anesthesia, fighting for his
It's
life?
10 o'clock.
When they pressed him for more details, they were shocked by what he described. Colton knew exactly where they had been standing, what they had been doing, and even snippets of their conversation. He spoke with the matter-of-fact innocence of a child, unaware that what he was saying was impossible. For Todd and Sonia, it was as if the ground had shifted beneath their feet. Their son had been near death, but he was describing events he couldn't
Okay, it's
possibly
not
have
that
seen
far.
or known about. They listened in stunned silence as Colton continued. He described being pulled upward, away from the hospital room, into a place filled
In
with
London,
light.
they pay better,
He
right?
said it felt
It's
warm
a
and
better
safe,
pay, I
like
think.
nothing he had ever experienced. I went up to heaven, he said simply, looking at his parents with wide, sincere eyes. Colton's description of heaven began to spill out in bits and pieces over the following days. It wasn't something he sat down to tell as a complete story. Instead, it came up in the most unexpected ways, in the middle of
It's
conversations
just
about
expensive to
seemingly
live
ordinary
there, I
things.
think.
Sonia and Todd
No, it's not
were
just I
trying to navigate the
it's
shock
for
and
sure.
exhaustion of what they had just been through, still processing the reality that they nearly lost their son. They had prayed so hard, clinging to their faith, but hearing Colton talk about his experience felt like stepping into a new reality altogether. One day, while Colton was resting at home, he casually mentioned seeing a man in heaven. I saw Pop, he said, with the innocent certainty only a child can have. Sonia's breath caught in her throat. Pop, she asked,
Yes,
unsure
it's
she
very
had heard him
expensive.
correctly. You mean my dad?
Very.
Colton nodded.
But the
Silently.
hotel there is not
I
that
was
bad,
really happy to
you
see
know.
you, he said. He started to describe
In
the man he
London,
had met,
there are
the way he
cheap
looked, his
hotel.
smile,
Obviously,
and his
there are
confident eyes.
expensive as
The
well. It
description
depends which
didn't
part
mention
you are
any
going
recent
to.
photo of Sonia's father that Colton had ever seen. Instead, he described a younger version of the man, with dark hair and a strong build. Todd, listening intently, decided to show Colton an old family photo album. He flipped through it slowly, pointing out pictures of people he thought Colton might recognize. When he got to a faded black and white photo of Pop as a young man, Colton's eyes lit up. That's him, he exclaimed. That's Pop.
Yeah, and also the foods is very expensive in London.
Todd and Sonia exchanged a stunned look. Colton had never seen a picture of Pop as a young man. They had only ever shown him pictures from later in life, when he was older and had grey hair.
Have you tried this
The
happy
realization
restaurant
sent a
in
shiver down
London,
Sonia's
in
spine.
Piccadilly?
She felt
It's very,
an
very
overwhelming
nice.
mixture of grief, disbelief, and a strange kind of comfort she couldn't quite put into words. As the days passed, Colton continued to talk about the things he had seen. His descriptions of heaven were simple, but profoundly detailed, filled with imagery that seemed both childlike and otherworldly. He spoke about vibrant colors, unlike anything he had seen before, describing a sky that seemed to glow without a sun. He talked about the music he heard, not just ordinary songs, but a kind of harmony that filled him with a sense of joy and peace beyond what he had ever felt on earth. He said
That's
life
a
wasn't like
that's a good
life we
choice.
have here.
But
It
if
didn't
you
come
don't
from one
mind,
place,
which
but
if I
seemed to
ask you
shine
which
from everything around him.
food
One
you
afternoon, while they were sitting
prefer,
together, Colton mentioned something
Indian
that
food or
left his
Chinese
parents
food?
in silent shock. I met my sister, he said, as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
If you offered
Todd
two
and Sonia
foods
were puzzled.
in front of you,
Colton's older sister was
which
at
do you
school.
prefer?
They assumed that's who he was
Indian
talking
food
about,
or
but Colton
Chinese
shook his
food?
head. No, not Cassie, he explained. I met my other sister. The room fell silent as his words sank in. Sonia's face went pale, and her eyes filled with tears. She knew instantly what Colton was saying, but it seemed impossible. How could he know? Years before Colton was born, Sonia had suffered a miscarriage. It was a painful experience, one she and Todd rarely spoke about, even to each other. They had never told Colton about it. He was
Yeah,
too
I think
young
it's a
to
good
understand,
choice.
and they didn't want to burden him with the sadness of that loss.
All
Yet
right.
here he was, talking about a sister he had never been told existed. Sonia's hands trembled as she asked him gently, what did she look like? Colton's eyes lit up as he described her. She had dark hair like yours, Mummy, he said.
Yeah,
And she
Indian
was small,
is always.
and
If I have
she
to
hugged me
choose
and told me she
between
couldn't
two,
wait for you to come to
I
heaven
like
someday.
Chinese as well.
Sonia
But
couldn't hold back her tears. She broke down
obviously,
sobbing, overwhelmed by the sudden wave of emotions.
yeah,
It was as if all the grief she had buried deep inside her heart
you
had
could
been
always
unearthed at once.
get a Chinese
Todd
at any
pulled her
time.
into his arms, feeling his own tears welling up. They had
But I
mourned
would
that
prefer
loss quietly, privately, and here
Indian
was their
food.
little boy speaking about it with such certainty, with details he couldn't possibly have known. It felt like a message from beyond, a small glimpse of a life they had lost, but was somehow still there, waiting for them. Colton didn't understand why his parents were crying. To him, it had been a happy reunion. She said she's okay, he told them earnestly. She's not sad. She loves you both so much. The words hit Sonia like a physical blow. It was the kind of reassurance she had longed for, but never dared to
I
hope
love
for.
this rice,
She realized
Indian
then
rice.
that
What
if
is
what
it
Colton
called?
was saying was true,
Forgot the
it meant
name.
that their lost child wasn't
Um,
really lost. She was safe,
with
happy, and waiting for them in
it's
a
all a
place filled
mixture
with
of
love.
meat
The
with
revelation
lamb,
changed
chicken,
something
and
inside him as
prawns
well.
to go with
He
it.
had been struggling with his own doubts, trying to
Uh,
reconcile his faith with the harsh realities of the
it's a
world.
rice. It's
He
with
spent
rice.
countless hours as a
I forgot
pastor,
the name.
comforting others,
I
assuring them of
actually
God's
always
love,
ordered it, but
promising
I
heaven.
forgot the name.
But secretly, he had carried his own fears
Um,
and uncertainties. Hearing Colton talk about his sister, seeing the raw truth in his son's eyes, felt like a gift. It was a confirmation of everything he had preached, but never fully allowed himself to believe. It was as if God was speaking to him through.
Oh yeah, biryani. Yes, I love biryani.
You can warm up a freezing cold room
But it
with 7
depends of the
degrees
Indian restaurant though. Some Indian restaurant do cooked really good
This
biryani.
powerful heater was created by Microsoft's
You know.
Robert Jones, two ex-engineers
Thank you for
working in this
reminding me that.
technology-driven world. They wanted to provide an effective, safe, and affordable way to heat homes without the big costs. So after years of research and testing, they created a new and
And I
innovative
love
technology. This
lamb.
alternative that warms up rooms in seconds for practically zero cost. The idea behind this heater is brilliant. The secret is the innovative ceramic heating technology that
And
allows it to
chicken.
flow hot air faster than
But I
any
would
other heating
prefer to
system,
go with
spreading
lamb.
throughout the room. It's faster, safer, and uses less energy than non-ceramic heaters, making it extremely energy efficient. Heater is very easy to use and works right out of the box. Simply plug it into any electrical outlet in your home, adjust the temperature, and the device will warm up your room in minutes. Unlike other heaters, it comes packed with safety features and it has no exposed heating elements. So it's
Yes, you could never go wrong with lamb.
it has an antimicrobial filter that prevents the growth of bacteria and mold. Experts say it's one of the most effective space heaters on the market.
But a lot of
Both
people
engines
don't
spin
really
powered
like
by Alice's own
lamb
Bible,
because they said
thousands of
it's
five-star reviews from
the
homeowners
smell of
love this
it.
device. If you want a fast and efficient way to warm up your house without paying for high electricity
What's
bills,
that?
this is the best.
Is that Indian food? I never heard that one. That is sound Chinese food. Okay. Hmm. Mhm. Have you tried uh, Vietnamese food or Korean food? You must have. It's my fave. Seafoods is my ultimate favorite foods. You know, I am actually a seafood person. You know, it's very good for you, and it's just simply because where I came from, uh, I grew up just right next to the um, seaside, you know, so I love fresh seafoods, but it's the most expensive here in UK. The seafood is. But because it's my favorite, I always get some, you know. Not every day, but obviously every week if I could. No, I never been to Costco. we don't have that shop in here, Costco. I heard it, but we don't have that shop over here. Mm. Oh, that's very good. I've seen that Costco all in, you know. Hi, DJ Cooper. Good evening. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you again. Mm, that's very nice. We don't have here. Yeah, I bet. It's American, I think. That's what Donald said. Yeah, it's everywhere. We got a lot here. No, two Lidls here and Aldi and Morrison's. We have Asda. We have Marks and Spencer, Sainsbury's, and of course Tisco everywhere. Oh my god. That's so funny. Not a lot of people like Tisco, just I don't know. It's just to do with the product, I think. Lidl and Aldi is exactly the same. I think. No, I think they are for sure. Yeah, Asda is not bad. Tisco is okay, like Tisco Express, the smaller shops. It's okay for people to, like, if they run out little things like milk, something like that. So you can go to Tisco. But I go to the shops which uh, the other shop don't have, you see. Like I go to Mark and Spencer for bread and cakes. They are very tasty. and I think M&S shop, the product are more uh, quality, but expensive. So I only get there for very specific stuff, and then I go to Morrison for seafoods because other shop don't do seafoods. Only Morrison does. So, and then Sainsbury's for other things. I always go to Sainsbury's mainly because it's not that far. It's just 5 minutes drive, so it's very close. Well, you are in London, so you are surrounded with so many shops. Yeah, you can get easily lazy in this weather as well, especially when it's cold. It's nearly 11. You're funny, DJ. I always do. Do you watch what do you call this one? Celebrity Jungle? That it's only on every December. No, this time of the year. Well, I don't, but I sometimes I do actually watch it. Very interesting. Well, if you don't like to watch TV, I bet you did watch Jake and you know the Mike Tyson, right? I bet you did watch it. Do you think so? All right, it's 11 o'clock. I think I'm going to end my video here. Are you still there, DG Copper? Donald? Thank you both for sticking around my live. What's your plan tomorrow? Have you got work? Do you need to get up early for work or not? Yes, you too. Thank you, DG. My bed is screaming at me. Thank you guys and good night. I got to go.